Welcome to another video here on Stutteringfreediary. My name is Manolis, and on this channel you're gonna be finding out from now on how I was able to overcome stuttering, and if I could do it, so can you. In the last video we talked about how we can become immune to labeling and why this is important in overcoming stuttering, but also in other situations in life. In this video, we're gonna talk about why most of the times when we have a difficult experience, at the end of the day, it's more about of a victory. That's how we should approach it. We should approach it as a victory. What do I mean by that? In the last video, you can go and check it out. I mentioned the example or my story when I was passing by the lady who was feeding the cats, and as I was passing by, I wanted to make a positive comment. A certain pattern came up that I used to have to deal with in the past several times in a row. Well, what happened was that a thought came up that no, you cannot say anything. Like the second I wanted to make a comment and say, for example, oh, how beautiful of you, or how nice of you to feed the cats, and so on and so forth, I got stuck in a way. So instead of removing that label, the label that I sticked on myself, like no, you cannot do anything, no, you're not able to say anything, instead of using this label as a stepping stone, I got stuck there. So even though I didn't make a proper use of labeling, because labeling, that's the main purpose of labeling. It has to be, its purpose is to use it as a stepping stone in order to move forward. But in this case, it prevented me from saying what I really wanted to say, and that was like make a comment and just express what I felt in that particular moment. So when thinking about it in retrospect, I said to myself, oh, wait a minute, was that a defeat or was that a victory? If I would have said, oh, that was a defeat, then that would have made me a failure, right? No. I have to be very, very careful with what I'm going to say here, because if we identify ourselves with our actions, with our failures, then we may get stuck in what we do. Whereas if we see it as a victory, as a very helpful source of feedback, then we can use it in order to move forward. What do I mean by that? In the example that I used with the lady that was feeding the cats, I could have said, for example, oh, this window closed, another window opened. To be more specific, yes, it may have been very difficult to express what I wanted to say in that particular moment, but a few seconds later, that wasn't anymore the case, because I could have just given an order in my mind and say, oh, now it's a different moment. It's not the same. You can say what you have wanted to say. So even though, to be honest, I didn't manage to say anything, and I just moved away wishing that to be over, because it reminded me of past experiences that wasn't very, very nice to remember of. What I want to say, and the message of this video, is that we should approach all experiences with a victory mindset. It's all about mindset. And this brings me to the topic of the next video. The next video will be about a phrase or a quote that I heard once in a teacher at school told us once, and that was it has stuck with me ever since then. And this quote goes like this: you cannot not communicate. And even though it may sound contradictory, we're gonna go a little bit more into it in the next video. Again, you cannot not communicate, meaning that whatever you do, even if you choose not to say anything, that's an indirect way in expressing yourself. So thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one.